Hello. Merry countdown to Christmas. We started off on a with a bang, right? Oh my goodness. I watched all three and I thought all three were exceptional. And that's smart of Hallmark to put the really good, they know they've got some good solid movies right in the very beginning. They were all three different and I love them, but we're here to talk about holiday crashers. So I'm going to say hi to everyone as you're popping in. What I'm going to start off with, hello. I see Jean. Jean and Rona, Martha, hi, Lucy, Susan, Christina. Hello, everyone. I don't know if we have any new friends here. I don't know if you can see it. Look, my sister, I know it looks hilarious. My sister had this made for me, or not made for me, bought this for me. It's like a blanket, but a hoodie. Have you ever seen them? So I thought I'd put it on. It's a little bit warm for this in where I live in South Jersey, but it's cool enough in my house. Oh, Joanne's at the Jersey Shore. Hey, Joanne, you have to come over up my way and meet with me so we can have some lunch or dinner. And my other Jersey girls, they might join us too. You have to come join us and we'll chat. Let's do it soon. I'm going to put in there a frosty mocktail. So there was a frosty cocktail in the movie, and I don't drink. So no judgment. I just don't drink. So look at my fancy glass that I have. I know. Look, it's melting. My frosty is melting. So what it is see, it has a blue tint. I want to tell you something that I discovered a long time ago, and it's really good. It might sound a little weird, but it's good. Okay. Joanne, I'm serious. You know what, Joanne? You should message me when we're done the podcast. Message me on Facebook or go and send me an email. But I don't know if you have my email. Basically, everybody does. I'll put it in at the end for other reasons for everyone. So anyway, with this mocktail, I learned this a long time ago. I love peppermint tea. Love everything mint. So I had peppermint tea and it has to be completely cold. I know this sounds weird because this is a cold drink, completely chilled because in it goes coconut milk. If you put coconut milk in when it's still warm, it curdles. But I make my own coconut cream. And if you were here with me, was it last Monday? Wow, we were doing Halloween and the review of the two Halloweeny Hallmark movies, one with Chris with the 3-bed, 2-bath, 1 ghost. And then we did Haunted Wedding, I think. We made something that had homemade coconut cream. I'm going to post the recipe. So you make tea, mint tea, you let it chill. Then you and you measure with your heart. You put the coconut cream in. And I put a little bit of blue sanding sugar to give it like a little blue hint. It's actually pretty. Actually, look, when it goes to the bottom, I make these for my girls. They get all fancied up. They love them. So, of course, before you do that on the rim, you put a little bit of it's best to use very little, but it works like a vanilla frosting. And then the coconut itself, mint, believe it or not, and coconut is really delicious. It really is. So anyway, I'm going to put real quick right here in my little comments, frosty mocktail, peppermint tea, coconut cream, pinch of blue sanding sugar if you want it to be blue. And you know what you have to do? Measure with your heart, and you have to make sure that the tea is cold if you're going to use coconut milk. You shake it all up. I have the recipe, like I said, no, I'm repeating myself. You shake it all up and pour it in a glass, and it's delicious, and the kiddos love it. Arlene said, I love the hot. Yes, Arlene, I am a hot chocolate girl. I love the hot chocolate bar idea in the movie, especially adding that little spice Brie had suggested. Yes. And I love that her real name was Sabrina because I have a goddaughter named Sabrina and we call her Brie. Yeah. Hello, everyone. All right. I feel like I have coconut in my mouth. Look. I got my little Hallmark. Let me take a sip. Christina, you like coconut too. So do I. I have a really good dark chocolate coconut mocktail. Holy moly. All right. I think there's enough of us here. Oh, yes. Chocolate with peppermint is amazing too, Jean. Yes. Now, Jean, you're going to be in my neighborhood. Well, not really. You're going to be in Jersey for the Christmas con. I don't know who else is going to Christmas con, but it would be fun if we could meet up. That would be nice. So we'll have to talk as time gets closer. All right. So we have a lot to talk about. A lot. All right. But before I even start, I was talking to Chris and Christina. Um, yes, Christina, you have a totally different coconut drink. It looks delicious. This one is like mocktail, different with mint in it. Not everybody thinks a coconut with mint. They kind of think it clashes, but it actually is really delicious. But of course, if you don't like mint, you don't like coconut, you're not going to like this. Anyway, I was talking to Chris and Christina, and they were like saying, well, why was Chris like at the very last? And I'm like, no, Chris has top billing, but he's number 3. And it didn't dawn on me that not everybody understands this. So I thought I would, if you're okay with it, I'm going to explain some things to you. So whenever there is a show, even if it's like something that's live and you have actors involved, first billing goes to who the stars are. And in this case, there was a double team. However, Lindsay Fonseca's name was first, probably because she's more well known in the Hallmark realm. So, and might have more experience with Hallmark. So she had top billing. And then with her would come Daniela Monet. And they were excellent. And the story was truly about 2 best friends and then their lives, right? Now, Chris is third in the billing, and I can see this on my end from the media source that I have access to and whatnot. And when I get my little sheets with everything on it. So if you looked at the credits, Chris is at the very end, but it's with or and. So when you have and Chris McNally or with Chris McNally, what that means is this. It means that they have a smaller role. They might just even kind of have a cameo role, but they have a smaller role. However, because they're in that movie, their fame and is so well known that it helps to carry that movie. So it's a nice honor. So that's why he was at the end. And I think it said and Chris McNally. Yes. So, which is very nice. And Chris McNally is considered important and an honor. Very good. You are right, Avis. Not everybody understands that. So that's how it goes. And that's how it rolls, which is a nice thing. All right. So let's start talking about the actual storyline itself. Tell me what you thought about the storyline, because I want to say that some people on Hallmark bases, not many, said they liked it. It was funny. It was fresh. It was supposed to not be super serious. And that some people said they thought it was a bit silly, especially the character of Brie. I didn't find it that way. And they're like holiday crashers, and their 30s. Well, there's a crasher, a party crasher movie like that too. It's like tongue-in-cheek fun. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't think it was silly at all. And I loved it. I loved all the gorgeous clothing that they wore. And anytime the costumes, they have a certain look to them and it's class. Like you could be like trashy but classy. Do you know what I mean? Like fun, outlandish. It doesn't have to be very serious and conservative. And it has a special look. And anytime you see Lacey Chabert always has like some of the best dresses on, that is the wardrobe girls. And they were responsible for this. They dress children, male, female, to the T. They're amazing. And they have a certain look. Very classy, but wonderful. Arlene, what are you saying here? Lee Friedlander stated on her Instagram that Holiday Crashers was about the female friendship. Yes, and empowerment and believing in themselves to accomplish their dreams. Exactly. That is exactly what it was. Because both of them, for whatever reasons, didn't always feel like they were worthy of, I think, and they didn't use this word, but like Brie more than Tony did, worthy of, I don't know, I guess maybe a certain population of people. They still had that, what the two of them clung to each other because people made fun of Tony because her dad made his silly commercials, which I want to talk about. And then Brie had to help support her mom and her sister and was working since she was 13. And the two of them bonded and had each other. But they're they're beautiful and they're smart and they're adorable. And they just had to accept that and find that, because other people saw it, but they didn't see it in themselves. They saw it in each other, but they didn't see it in themselves. And that was a great story. I thought that was beautiful. I really, actually, I thought it was great. I like the whole concept. Christina says it was fun. And then, of course, the two romances that came out of it were beautiful too. I love two romances. Chris should have been on the cover of GQ. Let me tell you, we're going to get to that. That man looked delicious. Okay, that's my word, because that's what he looked. He looked delicious. Martha, you loved it. Danielle was so awesome, and she was so funny. She nailed it. Oh my God. She, in a way, kind of stole the show. Do you know what I mean? Like, she was cute and orchestrated a lot of what was happening. And kudos to the writers. There was like a team of at least 3. And the director brought that out in them. And Joanne, you thought it was fun. So did I. And Jean, I love the decor in Chris's office and the Christmas tree, and the girls were decorating. What about their apartment or their little home? How it was all white and had little splashes of color. I thought, oh, I loved it. Hi, Bryce. I'm glad that you're here. I liked it, but I didn't love it. Okay, Lucy, that's okay. There were certain things that you didn't like. I loved it. I thought it was great. I wish Tony and Justin got married in the movie. Nope, 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 nope. I absolutely do not. And I want to talk about that too. It's coming up. All right. She was one of the writers in the movie. Yes. Thank you, Arlene. And she did a fabulous job. Thank you to her. Yay. I wanted to have the director on at one point, but who knows? You're going through now. Some of the publicists I know, they know me. So it's no problem. They're like, yeah, do whatever. And then some of them don't know me. And then they're doing so much because there's like a tour going out there right now. And if you're all over Instagram and whatnot, you see the whole team. They're doing all kinds of great, wonderful promotional things. And those publicists are working overtime like crazy. Who's out of the office? Who's on site? And they don't really have time for little old me. And I understand that. I get that. Most appreciative of any attention they give me. I liked it a lot. And agree that it was about female friendship. Yes. And I loved it, and love seeing Chris in a Christmas movie and Out of When Calls the Heart. Yes, I like seeing him in a Christmas movie too. I thought it was great. Jennifer says, I love it. Thought it was fun. Chris was amazing. Okay. All right. Now, I've already watched it again. Did anyone recognize Gus? Bryce, I stopped for a moment. I'm like, who's Gus? Viola. Oh, hi, my friend. I haven't seen you here in something like this. I usually used to seeing you like in our little group for Bridgertons. Hi, my dear. I really love the movie. It made me realize how much I miss seeing Chris's romantic side when I used to watch him on the show. I know. Bree's wedding. Oh, we're all right. I'm gonna hold on to that now. And I want to, my teacher. Oh, I forgot to add the slides. Give me 1 minute. I was running around like a fool. I have to give me a hold on 1 second. So I'm gonna put on my slides. I am not prepared. I had a long, that no one cares though, very long union meeting, and I was running in the door like a nut. Okay, hold on, hold the phone. All right, here we go. So let's talk about the costumes. Okay, let's get into it because they're just so amazing. And the wedding dress is so amazing. And this is taking 900 years to process. Why? It never has before. I'm going to show you some things that I was able to access through the through the media site, and then I'm gonna share with you some things that took like off my TV. So let me add to this. Okay, so I know this looks strange because he was in the middle of a blink, and I chose this as one of the first costumes because I chose it for another reason too. The detail, the ties that he wore were gorgeous. He looks phenomenal in blue. He had a lot of like blue tones on. He looked beautiful. Everything that they chose, his little pocket squares, loved everything. But I also chose this to kick off the what I wanted to show you for the costumes, because this was a funny scene to me. And I loved how they had the humor peppered in, and it was a Chris McNally kind of humor, okay? Where it was subtle, and he's got that soft, loving, velvety voice, very calming. Someone else somewhere mentioned that. And I love this because he was looking at pictures of Tony, and he enlarged one, and he was sitting at his desk on his laptop, and his assistant opened the door, and he goes, "Stalkers?" And he was like, "What?" And he closed it because he was looking at her stalking her. He goes, "The Stalkers restaurant they were going to meet at." I thought that was funny, and his reaction was cute. But I love this suit. I love this suit. I gotta move down on all your comments, but I hope I could come back. Let's see. I love when Justin said that he loved his sisters, but that okay, hold on. Let's move on. I don't want to say that yet. All right. So then the girls, outstanding. Look at them. Like everything that they wore was beautiful. And the two characters are very different. One is much more conservative than the other. Can you guess who's more conservative? That would be Tony. And yet her clothing was impeccable and gorgeous and fit her to the T, because the wardrobe girls are amazing. Even the suits that I bet you Chris wanted to walk off with some of those suits because they were fabulous, down to the ties, everything. So the girls had on the cutest things, and just the detail, the little pearls on her sweater for Tony or Lindsay. What about these coats? Oh my God, when they stood, they both looked beautiful, but he looked gorgeous in this coat. And that wedding dress, first of all, the wedding surprised me. I was like, we got a wedding. I loved it. Look at that. Look at the detail. Look at her headpiece. And this was his was gorgeous. There they are with their beautiful A-line. She's in her little A-line dress, classy, gorgeous, rich looking. There they are again together. Beautiful. Look at this coat. Like, how many coats do these people have? Okay. And this I loved. And I love when she brought the dresses out and she says, "Do you want to be I think she said Saucy Santa or the Snow Princess?" And no, she asked which one, Snow Princess or Saucy Santa. And Tony says to Brie, Snow Princess. And the detail and the lace, I wonder if it was itchy. And then she goes, "Well, you get to be the Saucy Santa." There he is again. And look at that face that he makes. Everybody's dressed gorgeously. They're everything is beautiful. Oh, there's a pause there for me to remove. And let me see what you had to say. Costumes were just gorgeous. Yes, Christina, you loved how Brie motivated Tony and got her out of her shell. So to say, yep, I thought it was very upbeat, Arlene, and fun, and had a different ending, not your standard Hallmark. I know, and I love that. And I'm going to talk about that. Love both couples, but needed more scenes with Justin and Tony. Oh, that's because we love them, and that's what we were hoping for. But we would just like more of a I don't know, another Chris McNally movie. Why not? Okay, here we go. Oh, Gus. Yes, Gus, the shop owner. He was played by the actor who played the dehydrated man. Yes, that Nathan found back in season 10, who didn't believe Faith could be a doctor. Yes, I am sorry, but I forgot that his name was Gus. But Bryce, like Lillian, they remember major details. Carrie, they have these brains that remember every little detail. I love it. I love when they're on the podcast with me because I'm going blah, 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 in my South Jersey way. And there they are, just evening it out and putting all those details in. Very good. Oh, you agree. Of course you do. You wanted more scenes with Justin and Tony. Of course you did. We had a lot though, when you think about it. We did. What I love, Lucy said, was the wedding dance at the end and Chris dancing and the twirling Tony. Yes. So when I'm looking at everything and I'm looking at all the info that comes with it, it gets detailed. And I'm like, choreographer. Now, sometimes you have a choreographer because there's like big office scenes or big street scenes and you have to choreograph where people walk. That happens. But I'm like, that's not happening in this movie. Who's dancing? What kind of big dance? Never did I even suspect that it would be a wedding dance. And I thought it was fabulous. And I thought they did a great job. And I wonder how many times they had practice. And it really looked like Daniela was getting into it too. I thought it was very, very fun. Yes, great movie, great kept. Thank you, Rona. I'm going to talk about that. Here it comes. She says, great movie, great chemistry, and great kisses. So let's me add back here. What do we got? Okay, let's just talk about, and we always say this. And I remember, Carrie, you and I were doing a podcast once, and you mentioned how Chris's opening scenes in The Pink Ladies, he had no words to say, right? We didn't hear him say anything. But when he walked through that, it was the cafeteria, or it was outside when they were having I guess lunch or whatever in the courtyard, and the looks that he gave to her. What was her name? Why can't I remember? See, I need details here. And just the eyes, his eyes say so much, even in When Calls the Heart. So when he gets this drink, he and Tony are so flirting, okay, with their eyes, and they have this little smirk, and he just looks at her over that glass. And it's her glass, and she takes a drink from it. He takes a drink from it, which is kind of like a little spicy and a little intimate there. They're drinking out of each other's glasses. Oh my. And then of course he's like, yeah, I'll just go get my own. Now, look at this one. When he sees her in the wedding and she's coming down the aisle and he looks at her, it's like his face says it all. And when he was talking to her, I recognized, and he's nervous, I recognized when he would talk to Elizabeth when he was Lucas, and he would talk, well, he is, but he would talk to her and he would be nervous. He takes that like little breath in, and he's so good at what he does. Thank you, Chris. He was just so yummy in this. Okay. All right, I want to see what you're saying, because we're going to get to all that smooching and all that cool stuff. Kudos to the costume department. Yes, Joanne. Bryce, speaking of costumes, Tony's red dress, the one shoulder on, one shoulder off, one long sleeve, one no sleeve, was gorgeous. Bryce was gorgeous. She had on more than one dress, and you're being specific. You're right. I like it. Oh, yes. Love the red turtleneck. Me too. Yes, he does have that sweet, tender voice. Stalkers, Rona, I thought that was funny too. All the outfits, suits, yes, even the ski wear and party dresses and matching ties and pocket hankies and the turtleneck. Oh, who ever thought that a turtleneck could be hot, okay? And not hot temperature-wise, right? His camel coat and scarf combo was awesome. Hi, Robin. The man can rock a turtleneck sweater. He can. It's so funny. So funny. Watched the movie twice. I think I've watched it 4 times already. Amazing wardrobe for all. I was surprised by the wedding too, Cindy. Yes, yes. Bree's Indian wedding dress was beautiful. It was stunning. It really was. I love Tony's parents. Both have been in many Hallmark movies. Yes, they have. They're like Hallmark icons in many. I love them both. And I would love to have the actor on who plays her dad, because I want to know about, like, I felt like it was a movie within a movie. All the commercials he had to make, did he actually get that done? Because they took a while to make and then would have to cut, and he made several of them. Did they actually have to extend the time? Because they usually film in about like almost 2 weeks. I wonder if that was extra, if they managed to get it all in, because he wasn't in all the scenes and sort of had like a sidebar on the different stage. They were funny. Whoever thought those up, I love that. They were cute. And then at the end, Tony was in one too. Okay. Ski apparel. Yes, Christina said, Chris has that look in all his movies. No words, but you know what he's saying. Yes. Okay. Oop, I wanted to add that. All right, here we go. So there was a lot of kissing and smooching in this movie, and I loved it. And I thought all the smooches were good. The smooches between these two. Look at where she has her hand placed. And she's like up, leaning into him. Very natural. It wasn't fake. It wasn't like for 2 seconds. It was very much worth it. And this isn't the only smooch that we get from them. And then, of course, it's very romantic. We get the twirl. And it wasn't just any twirl. It was a double twirl. Loved it. Look at that. And how she's looking down at him. That's so believable. They're good actors. Now, let's talk about these smooches, okay? This is at the end. So at the end, she actually holds his face. Okay. And I'm putting them out of order on purpose. And this is not just like a little mwah. They're like so into their kissing. Why is he such a good actor when it comes to kissing? Look, she's still in that kiss, reaching up. Look at them. It's delicious. Now, I'm putting this here because there is this quote, and I didn't want to forget it. When Bree is upset and she interrupts Tony and Justin when they first kissed. And I'm showing the kisses backwards because I'm trying to save the best kiss for the deliciousness last. And when they're having their conversation, Bree and back in the room, Bree and Tony, she says, and I know I interrupted something. I know there's something going on with the two of you, and you kissed. And she goes, it was the single best kiss of my life. And look at the kiss. He holds her face. And if you go back and you pay attention, which I know many of you have, he has his thumb on the side of her face, and he rubs it like back and forth as they have their kiss again. I'm like, wow, he's just so like detail oriented and romantic. Oh, he is a great kisser. Yes, he is. All right, I'm going to remove this now. I feel extra hot now in this outfit. All right, here we go. His anger scene was so good. Flaring nostrils and steely eyes. Arlene, yes. And this is why I like what they did with the ending. First of all, my wish, if you remember when I had my little hopes and wish and dream one, was that he would be an aggressive character. And I don't mean aggressive in a bad way, but he would make his feelings known. It wasn't like he was just going to hide like the stalker behind, looking like he was at the very beginning. He was up front. He let himself know. She let herself know. And I like that about him. And I love the flirting with their eyes and just in each other's space. And he really cared about her, and she really cared about him. And she betrayed him because she lied. She could have hurt his company. And she took ownership of that. And that was a serious thing. And I don't like it when Hallmark is, oh, everybody's great, when the ex is suddenly okay and your best friend, and yes, go off with my wife. Yes, she'd be better with you. Really? Okay, really. Now, what happened is that he wanted her to go. He didn't even want to see her, even though he had feelings for her. A whole year goes by. And of course, they still have feelings for each other. And when they see each other, now it's believable that they could put aside, or he could put aside his hurt, but he still wants her. You know what I mean? I love that. And then they had that beautiful moment. The twirl reminded me of the engagement twirl at the end of season 9. Bryce, what are you trying to do here? Cause a riot, Bryce, spy. I'm getting rid of that. Yes, the one and only McNally twirl. Touch that beard, Jean. She touches his face. His beard was very close there. Chris McNally is the master of kissing. Joanne, we don't know about his private life. We're not trying to say that, but he absolutely is fantastic kisser on screen. Fantastic. Martha, yep. Great choreography. Love the double twirl. Yes, Cindy. Pretty Woman. That's what I thought too. What, in the dress, in the twirl? Yes, very expressive in the kiss scenes. Yes, all of them were good. Martha told me to calm down. That's funny. He said he crushed on her when they first met. I know. He was aggressive, like I wanted him to be, but in a good way. Hi, Lillian. I loved when Justin said that he loved his sisters, but that he hoped to celebrate Christmas with his own family. Very reminiscent of the one Lucas Bouchard. I know. Yes, Cindy said too soon, Bryce, too soon. And this twirl was better because it was a double twirl. And we know that they twirled off into happiness in this one. Okay. Can we talk about a faux pas that I know a lot of you saw? So there's that great scene, with the eyes looking over the drink and the cocktail at each other and all that. And he walks away and he says he'll go get one for himself. And as Tony's standing there later by herself and she looks over, she sees Justin in the crowd with friends and they're laughing. And he has like a whiskey glass in his hand. Like you can have 2 fingers of whiskey in it or whatever. And no, I'm not sweating, Jean. I'm not. I'm good. So anyway, you see that and she looks over and she kind of has that look and he comes towards her. Now when he comes towards her, I noticed that he has in his hand the frosty cocktail this time, which could still have happened. He could have went over, had a celebrate because he was with a group of people and they were cheering something celebratory. It could have been like, of whiskey. And then he comes back with the cocktail to talk to her. And then when he's there talking to her, the next clip you see, he's got that whiskey. I'm going to call it whiskey glass. And I'm like, uh-oh, there's a mistake. And then it went back and it became the frosty drink again. So they had a little bit of like, faux pas there. And I know some people saw that. Bryce, I'm not reading any more of your comments. Stop it. He's being bad. Justin was so upset she lied, but she said, it wasn't all a lie. I know. Yeah. Yeah. A great little story, romantic with some tense moments as well. And the final love. Yep. Yes. Yes. Maybe too much drinking. Oh, yes. A little boo-boo. Cindy says, I loved the switch. I love that he switched the champagne so that there were 2 fresh glasses. Good reminder that you have to be careful. Oh, do you remember that? Yes, that was good. That was good. That was a good thing. That was actually like something, because that's something I thought about afterwards, that Hallmark put that in there. And I was like, oh, because you know how people put stuff in your drinks, but it was like a little tiny subtle reminder, almost like their public service announcement, but in a Hallmark way without getting into that. Yes. So clothing, fantastic. Acting, chemistry, everybody, the dancing, the humor that was in it, just the romance. It was all adorable. And usually when Kathy is with me, we give it, like when we're doing this, we give it our, I guess, snowmen. We'll say, how many snowmen do we give it? And we have, I think, 4. I would definitely give it a 4 out of 4. I really, really enjoyed it a lot. I did, the whole thing of it. I love the mantle in his office. It was gorgeous. Yes. The champagne was free because there was a sponsor, and Tony, good thing they didn't sell fertilizer. I know, right? That was a funny joke too. 4 snowmen. Yes, I give it 4 snowmen. What about you? And I loved the song. I love Sia's voice. The song that they got to dance to is called Snowman. Snowman. Yep. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Now, I want to know, before we sign off, what was your favorite? Like, out of everything, what was your favorite? I don't care if you didn't like the storyline, because I said some people were like, you're giving it 4 too? Thank you. I love his voice and I could listen to him all day. Yes, Susan. Wouldn't he be great for narrating, like a sleep app? You know how they have them, or a book that we have to listen, like we would listen to. Oh, we should put that out there and ask him to do that, because there are several actors that do it. Oh, we got 4 snowmen. Very good. But I want to know your favorite part. Whether it be the costumes, maybe it's a piece of the storyline, maybe it's the friendship, maybe it's the romance. We all know we love seeing Chris. Now, if I had to pick my most favorite thing out of all of it, and there was a lot to commend. I mean, there really was a lot. And I'm not just saying it because it was Chris. I would tell the truth. I have to say it was the kissing. I thought the kissing, it wasn't just a little standard kiss. It wasn't, they were all of them, all of the kisses, and all of the actors, all 4 of them were really good. They did a good job, and they made it authentic and beautiful and romantic and sigh-worthy. Let's see. Fireside talk and kiss. That was your favorite, Michelle? Okay. And that was good. That was good. And I was like saying, here's me. I knew Brie was coming and she was going to be upset. And I was like, don't make it one of those Hallmark things where you almost kiss. You got to kiss because you both know how you feel. It's not one of those things. I'm not waiting for one little stingy kiss at the end, although Chris never gives stingy kisses. And fireside talk and kiss. I was like everything I was hoping it would be at that moment. The first kiss, yes, the first kiss was delicious. You like the McNally twirl, okay? You enjoyed Tony's relationship with her parents. Oh, what about when that broke my heart. You know, I'm a little sensitive because of passing of my dad, but I'm watching it. And when she said to her dad, what she said, and the look on his face, he played it so well, like she was ashamed of him, like, you're not proud of me. And he walked away. And I thought, oh, and she felt bad. And it took her a while. She owned it and she talked with her dad, but that made me a little sad. And he did a good job of acting in that scene. Okay, Teresa. I thought it was interesting. The woman who portrayed him, her name was Juliet, and Julie's, his wife's name in real, yes, is really Julietta. Probably just a coincidence, but I thought it was kind of cute. Robin's favorite part was costumes and the looks with the action stuff. I thought that was fun, and all the romance of both couples. Okay. My favorite part is that both Tony and Brie got romance, and they did. They found love, and they also found their way. And it wasn't because they found love. They found their way, and love was separate. You know, like sometimes people they find themselves just through another person because they got married or found love, but it wasn't about that at all. Love the ending. Joanne says, I absolutely love how toward the end, Tony went for two fresh drinks and introduced each other to start again. Yes, at first he thought she was walking away from him, and then she comes over, and I thought that was cute. I liked it too. Martha, I love the scene where they were going skiing, and she was supposed to be in the Olympics, and she pretended she went skiing. I know that was funny, and she put this. She was going to walk all in, but then she saw how everybody else was a little bit like hot under the collar and snow, and she did that. I know. Yep, and you love how she stuck up for her dad. Oh, and she joined her dad and did one of those commercials, which was cute. Oh, wait a minute, someone's agreeing with me. You know how I love that. Okay, Robin. Agreed, Roxanne. Loved that they had a first kiss quickly as it sets up the story. Yes, yes. Hi, Sarah. Long time no see. Love the costumes, but for me, I love that Chris makes you feel his emotions. Yes. And as a romantic lead, there is no other. Tremendous stage presence. Still wanted him to do the Bollywood dance. Oh my gosh, that would be fun. Sarah, listen, that man has stolen the show on just having a cameo. It just stands out, and we remember when he in that movie, and it wasn't my favorite, that movie about the Christmas class reunion, and when he was the elf, and he stuck his head in between the two to take a picture, and how he behaved. It was funny. It was weirdly funny. And then I loved when he was running in the race last year in the marathon, and he had to win, and he was the reindeer. Those are cool things. Donna, hi Donna. Funniest was when he was looking at her on the laptop and his assistant said stalker. That's what I said early on. I know, that's why I showed that one particular picture. All the party food, cocktails, and costumes were festive. The kisses and dancing were also favorites. Yes, yes, yes. He is, Susan, and he doesn't even know it, which is why he is so charismatic, because it is natural. It's not fake. And he just is himself, and he doesn't even realize it. I know. Mm-hmm. Roni, you loved that they had more than one kissing scene. Yes. Yes, the two kisses by the fire and the kiss at the end with the twirl made my heart palpitate. Avis. The first kiss scene and the costumes. Yes, Arlene, I'm there with you. The first kiss scene and the costumes. And then maybe the friendship would be the third thing in line. But listen to me. It's hard for me to choose. It was just all amazing. Okay, so before we go, if you belong to the Chris McNally fan group, We every month have been this year, last year we did charms with like every month to celebrate all of his work, and we give out charms, and we did sort of like a trivia. And this year every month we're celebrating with a little recap and a chat about his different movies and shows and whatnot. And next month we'll be talking about this again, but we'll be taking it in a different avenue, not necessarily like this. So be sure to join that again. Did you count how many parties they crashed? No, Avis, did you? I forgot to even look at that. I don't even remember. But I love when they had all those. She was a skier, she was a doula, she was what was the one that was really funny to me and I can't even remember. I don't know. How many? Somebody did. Someone here did. Let us know. The other thing I wanted to tell you is if you want, and I know some of you want to, I want to put the order in. I didn't put the order in yet, Martha, but I will tomorrow night. I wanted to know if anybody wanted a sweatshirt or a hoodie. They're red. The hoodie does not have a zipper. They come in small to 2X. If you wanted a 3X, it is, and they are true to size. They're made with 100% cotton. They're true to size. They're actually really nice. And it says across, I have the logo. It's a hashtag where it says Mary McNally and has a cocktail. It's cute. Sorry, came in late, but I will make score to watch. Okay, make sure to watch it. 3, you think? I think there was more than 3. You counted 8. There was quite a few because they would show the cards and the table and the glitter falling in the pile. And yeah, yes, I would like a sweatshirt. Okay, so listen. You have to, and I'm being the teacher here. You need to follow directions because if you don't follow directions, you'll lose on this one. And here's what I mean by that. We are pressed for time. People need these for certain reasons, and I don't want them to wait long. I am the holdup. The person who makes them is not the holdup, but we work that out. So there won't be a holdup. So you'll have them in a quicker, faster turnover. We don't mail them out with insurance because that jacks up the price. When you put insurance on things, it's even more money. Someone received something, not one of these, in a packaging, and for whatever reason, it's the only one that this happened to. A hole went through the package and in through the shirts, but there's no insurance on them, so it's not like we can replace them. This the gamble that you take, and if you don't want to take it and you want to put insurance on it, you have to let us know that so we can add that price when we go to the we'll need it. I don't make the dime. I'm just the middle person on this. So again, they're red. They're a beautiful red. They're a red like let's see if I could show you. I feel like this might be a little too, it's like a red like this, like a bright red. Yes, I know that's a plate. And then again in white, and it's nice font. I think Chris and Christina picked up the font. It says Mary McNally, and then it has like a cocktail glass. If you want one, and it is on the Chris McNally fan site, here's what you have to do. And if you're not on the Chris McNally fan site, great, we can wear them together. Yes. Okay, here's what you need to do. You have to go to Venmo. And you don't need to even friend request me to do this. You have to go to Venmo and you pay through there. But you need to message me your address of where we mail it and what size you want. Okay. And then I have Martha's and it's sitting and waiting, Martha. And I will I'll turn it in on tomorrow night, just in case there's anyone else. Because I don't want to drive her insane by make 1, then 2 days later, make 2. And we'll get them in and get them done. You know what is really cool gift to get Chris as a Christmas ornament? Teresa, you know what would be a really cool gift, cool as a gift is to get Chris as Christmas ornament. You mean Chris on an ornament? Like, I don't know if we can do that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Their face is their, that's why we don't do that. Their face is their thing. Now we have a logo that Christina has made, and she's put that logo on everything. I think like pot holders and mugs and keychains. And if you came to the Chris McNally thing, you got like a lanyard and magnets and socks. Normally, there weren't on any socks, but that'd be cute, wouldn't it? Wilma had a great idea. Okay, let's hear. when she posted it this morning. Okay, I missed it. I've been busy at school. And she had Chris's face on a Christmas ornament. Wouldn't it be great if we could get some of them made? Yes, I know, but that's his face. And I cannot go there. If you girls wanted to do that on your own, that's a different story. But we have to be careful with that, with marketing and all of that stuff. Hashtag we own it. We can do it. I've had permission from Hallmark with that, so we're fine with that. We couldn't use Holiday Crashers because we don't own that. But Mary McNally, we do. All right. Is it time to go? It's time to go. Anybody have any questions for me? I don't think so. You can email me. Here, let me put my email here, but it's just my last name, my first name at gmail.com. But you can also message me on Facebook. Gmail.com. Dorenzis Roxanne, gmail.com. Boop. And there you go. All right. Thank you for tuning in. I chose, because I'm solo in October, because Kathy won't join me until after the festivities, but she's away in Europe anyway. Okay. So I chose, because I've watched it weeks ago on Hallmark Plus. I chose for the next one to review is Operation Nutcracker. And I was thinking about doing the Christmas charade, but Operation Nutcracker, I thought was really cute. And I'm like, I'm going to go with that. And maybe I'll get to have a guest on. I'm not sure. I'd reach out to people. Everybody's busy. We'll see how that rolls and how that goes. Okay. All right, friends. I see we got some new comments, and then I'm going to say good night. Thank you, Roxanne, for tonight. As always, fun. And have a good night, everyone. That was Robin. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. And thank you. All right. Merry countdown to Christmas.